Hi guys, it's True Slayer with your real news. These are just a few stories that are dominating today's news headlines and the news cycle. Real time news. Let's get it. Okay, first thing we're going to start at is the collapse on the building in Florida, the condo that collapsed. The first thing we're going to start at, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little bit of each story from the news cycle, and then I'm going to respond. This is just going to be a quick listen up. Let's go. Here we go. Ooh. And as we do this, hopefully, let's go. Let me see if I can get it straight. My little thing. Trial by error, guys. I should have had it queued up. I'm sorry. But while I have doing this, I want to let you guys know I am doing this outside because today is such a beautiful day. And I decided I didn't want to be inside. Oh, Lord. I hope nobody don't come interrupting me while I'm doing my thing. Who is this? Hey, thanks for coming through, y'all. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing. A quick, as you guys know, in Sunset, Florida, there was a condo that collapsed. So far, from what I understand, let me go back to it. So far, they're still looking for people that are missing, and it's really tragic. They don't know what happened. Oops, hold on a minute. What was that? Surfside. Actually, the name of that town, they actually have one not too far from where I live at, and it caught me by surprise. Sunset, it's the condo. They're looking for over 99 people. Some people, it's been speculated that it could be a mud hole. At first, they didn't know if it was a terrorist event that took place. But that's tragic. So, and I hate to say this because people usually say this, and I don't think they mean it. My prayers go out to them, to the people, to the survivors and the families. But the truth is, I really do mean it. And I truly hope that they can find as many people and there is less loss of life, because that's tragic. That could have been any building. I mean, that could have been a store, anything. So we're hoping, at least I hope that turns out better than what it looked like it is. The next story that's dominating the news, let me go to my little paper. Is Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani has been suspended from practicing law in New York by the appeals court. Now, this is very interesting right here because Rudy Giuliani says that there's a double standard. He's bucking and fighting against this. He says it's been a double standard. The leftists have come to get him. Hold on. Let me let you hear. Let's hear about this for 1 second. Hold on. Turn it down. A New York court suspended Rudy Giuliani for practicing law in the state due to his false and misleading statements about Donald Trump's 2020 election loss. The court said Giuliani's conduct immediately threatens the public's interest. The suspension is a stunning blow to the former New York City mayor who once served as top federal prosecutor in Manhattan. This is so embarrassing. I know he's got to be embarrassed. I know he is. Hey, sexy too much for you, Coleman. Thank you, boo, for coming through. I appreciate you. Y'all, I'm just trying to go through this little real-time news. The objective of this is if you've been busy and you don't know what's going on in the news, at least you know what's going on and you can watch the news. If you don't care too much about it, at least you're still aware of what's going on. Here we go. Let's get it.
Once again, these judges take action without giving me a hearing. I mean, this is ridiculous. They're doing it based on newspapers. I haven't had a chance to have 1 minute of a hearing with them.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll give you a quick synopsis real quick. What we got is a New York court on Thursday suspended Rudy Giuliani from practicing law in the state, citing his false and misleading statements about the election loss of former President Donald Trump. The suspension, which takes effect immediately, is a stunning blow to the 77-year-old Giuliani, a former New York mayor who was once a top Justice Department official and U.S. attorney in Manhattan. It also comes as Giuliani is under criminal investigation by the same federal prosecutor's office in connection with his work in the Ukraine. Since Trump's defeat in November, the former president and his lawyer have made false claims about the legitimacy of President Joe Biden's victory. They allege, without evidence, that Trump was swindled out of a victory by widespread ballot fraud in key states. Giuliani's false statements about voting in Arizona, Georgia, and Pennsylvania, all states that Biden won, were cited in the scathing 33-page suspension order issued by a 5-judge panel on the appellate division of the First Judicial Department of New York State Supreme Court. Now, this right here is going to be a blow to Giuliani financially, because he's worked as a consultant, as an attorney, and he's made lots and lots of money. And by not having the ability to practice law in New York, the state of New York, which is, I think, where most of his, I'm going to just say his interests are. You think about it, New York is the hub of wealth. Wall Street, you have everything there. So he's definitely going to feel that. So we'll see how that play out. Hold on a minute. We'll see how that play out. Ooh. I'm going to go back real quick before I move on to the where we have the sunset. Oh, excuse me. The sunset collapse. Yeah, I'm sorry if I seem distracted. I'm outside. So I got people riding by. It's a partial collapse. Hi, Rice. Hi, Boo. I'm just giving y'all a rundown of real-time news. Just a real quick rundown before I have to go back to go back to work. Just giving you a few minutes about the 12-story condo building that collapsed. Basically stories that are in the news right now, dominating every news cycle. Here we go.
People inside. The severe damage, leaving a pile of rubble on the ground. Our Treasure Roberts is following the latest on this from our newsroom. What have you learned so far, Treasure? Bridget, so far I know there's been a huge response from first responders. More than 80 units with Miami-Dade Fire Rescue are on the scene right now, and multiple police and fire agencies across Miami-Dade County are assisting. Around 2 this morning, and they rushed to the condo building in Surfside after getting reports of a partial building collapse. This is what it looks like right now. A large chunk of the building is now a pile of rubble on the ground. Officials aren't saying yet if anyone was hurt, but we do know technical rescue teams are on the scene right now. I spoke with someone on Twitter this morning who says his family was staying in a hotel next door. They woke up to the loud sound of the building collapsing, originally thinking it was an earthquake or a tornado. The family says their entire hotel has since been evacuated. And at this point, officials haven't said what caused this collapse and how many people were in the building at the time. But when we learn more about what happened and if anyone was hurt, we will update you here live and on clickorlando.com. Live in the newsroom, Treasure Roberts, getting results, News 6.
All right. Like I said, that right there is dominating. That's one of them. One of the stories is dominating. Okay, I got an interesting one. Now, if you're a resident of California, this is not a surprise. But I had no idea that the California governor, Newsom, becomes the second state in history to have a recall. I didn't know that he was under that. I thought it was all good with him. But apparently, let me tell you, hold on. Governor Newsom, actually from what I understand, before the pandemic took place, there was questions about the election. And now that we're getting back to normal, look like he may lose his job. Now, I'm not a California resident. If you're a resident, please make sure you thumbs up the video. And Sexy Coleman for you. If you're here, baby, I hope you get well. And I saw you. I see you. Here we go.
That's the battle cry for Democratic California Governor Gavin Newsom as his recall takes a major leap forward. The legal number of signatures on petitions now verified, Newsom has only months before voters decide if he should remain governor.
There's certain things you can control, certain things you can't control. All right, keep up the good work.
What he can control as the governor travels to vaccination clinic after clinic.
We can do 6 million a day.
Tried to push his state past the pain of the pandemic and his own political peril by framing the recall as an effort driven by Trump Republicans.
Appreciate that. An RNC-backed Republican recall of white supremacists, anti-Semites, and people that are opposed to immigration and immigrants is an accurate assessment of who's behind this recall.
This is personal. This is about your job, Governor.
It's yes about me, but it's also about all of us. It's about the diverse communities of California. It's about immigrants. It's about the brownie of California. It's about the things we hold dear.
That progressive image took a beating this last year. As the state struggled with COVID restrictions, Newsom was photographed dining at the French Laundry, an exclusive restaurant in California's wine country. It helped fuel the 6th recall attempt against the Democrat. And despite what the governor says about who is behind the recall,
I voted for the guy, but I actually agree with the recall.
supporters are now potential voters like Los Angeles restaurant owner Tom Soppet.
The governor should be fired.
I've interviewed a good number of Democrats across this state. They are judging you, you say, by one meal. Does it strike you as unfair?
No. Who among us, any of us, has not been anxious, fearful about the last year? It's been a hard year on everybody.
It brings back memories that I'd rather leave in the past.
This upheaval is familiar to Gray Davis, the last Democrat recalled as California governor in 2003 amid anger over a statewide power crisis. But California has dramatically moved to the left since then. Registered Democrats now outnumber Republicans in the state 2-1.
All of you people here.
And so far, there's no Republican megastar like Arnold Schwarzenegger as a challenger.
If a governor could pick his opponent, I would recommend you do not pick a global celebrity coming off a $500 million campaign to promote Terminator 3.
I just wanted to tell you I appreciate that.
Thank you.
The governor is counting on Democrats like Ashley Guzman, relieved that she got her second vaccination shot.
That is not on him. I think we were in a pandemic.
and remaining the only Democrat on what's expected to be a wide open ballot.
God bless you.
We anticipate, this is California, that there'll be dozens, perhaps more than 100 people that I imagine fill out a form, put their name on this ballot.
Including Democrats?
So we have a firm base, but there's always someone. And that's why the thing that we can control is getting shots into people's arms, getting this economy roaring back.
So when exactly will this recall happen? Well, there's still a number of complicated hoops before the lieutenant governor said.
Okay. That's what you got right there. So y'all hear that? If you're, like I said, if you're native to California, you already was up on it. I had no idea until I saw that. Interesting. Over here, let's go over here. We have Britney Spears. Britney Spears is in the news. You know that she's had her father and sister Jamie has been a conservator over her estate for 13 years, which is kind of odd in itself. That long, 13 years. And Britney said, she spoke out and said, it was an abusive conservatorship. I want my life back. I can't blame her. 13 years. Here we go.
Britney Spears is angry. She wants her life back, and she wants the world to know it. Speaking remotely to a Los Angeles County courtroom, the pop singer saying her wish and dream is for the conservatorship to end, a legal arrangement she's been living with for nearly 13 years. In the status hearing, Spears expressing frustration over the lack of control of her own life, saying, quote, I'm traumatized. I'm not happy. I can't sleep. I'm so angry, it's insane. Even adding she wants to marry and have another child, both major life moments she says the current conservatorship doesn't allow. Her father's only response to the artist's stinging criticisms was that he loves and misses her. The trouble for Britney Spears began in 2007. Her girl next door image unraveling in front of the paparazzi who were always chasing her, capturing her every move, especially the uncomfortable moments in the singer's personal life. The following year, multiple health and psychiatric issues landed Spears in the hospital in January. Her father, Jamie Spears, filed a petition with the Los Angeles County Superior Court that February to place her under a temporary probate conservatorship. Jamie Spears and attorney Andrew Wallet becoming permanent co-conservators of Britney's estimated $60 million estate in October 2008. Her father getting control of her medical care, something Spears spoke emotionally about, saying, quote, I want to be able to get married and have a baby. I was told I can't get married. I have an IUD inside me, but this so-called team won't let me go to the doctor to remove it because they don't want me to have any more children. This conservatorship is doing me way more harm than good.
Usually, most conservatorships in probate court are for the elderly, people that have exhibited memory deficits or judgment deficits that are pervasive and most likely going to endure for the rest of their lives.
But through all this, Britney Spears kept working while under this conservatorship, releasing several albums, 2 that went platinum.
What's up, Vegas?
Holding down her Pieces of Me Las Vegas residency, reportedly earning her $30 million, and serving as a judge on The X Factor. Attorney Andrew Wallet resigned in the spring of 2019, leaving Spears' father in control of just about every aspect of Britney's life. But last summer, Britney pushed back. In legal documents, her court-appointed lawyer stating Britney is, quote, strongly opposed to having her father as conservator and requested that Jamie be removed. Instead, a judge in November added Bessemer Trust, a private wealth and investment management firm, as a co-conservator to oversee her estate. Now Spears wants to pick her own lawyer, and as she said in court, quote, I just want my life back. Stephanie.
Now that right there, that's messed up. In my opinion, if you heard, it was supposed to be a temporary situation. How does a temporary situation end up turning into a permanent situation for 13 years? Yet, while under that temporary or that conservatorship, this woman right here has went on and released 4 albums, 2 become platinum, made $30 million with one, is estimated at $60 million, but her father controls every aspect of her life, including her ability to reproduce and have a child. Something is not right there. I don't agree with that. Something is not right. I said the father needs to be audited. I guarantee you the father is living good, living high on the hog. Okay, moving on. We got one more story. Y'all bear with me. It was this right here. If you are a hip hop aficionado, which I'm not, but well, I like a little here or there. I put it on my community feed about Dame Dash. Dame Dash takes another L concerning with Jay-Z. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys, something just broke. Let me check it out. According to TMZ, let's give them their credit. TMZ, because that's where I got it from. The story. Say it. Dame Dash. Jay-Z album. The NFT sale was blocked. I gotta call you. Okay. Was blocked. Dame Dash is taking an L, at least for now, in his attempt to auction off Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt album as an NFT, but he's not likely to give up just yet. Y'all check that out. I'm not going to read it. It's on my community. Please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. This right here is just a little of what's going on in our real news. Not on YouTube, but the real news that's dominating the news cycle for now. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate the replay. If you didn't catch it on the first round, Wish Dear family, y'all can check that out. Something just broke. Right here, it says Kanye West sues Walmart. You foamed it in. Foamed. Not phoned, but foamed. Ripped off Yeezy's footwear. A company spokesman tells us the product referenced in the complaint is not sold by Walmart, but rather by a third-party marketplace sellers. We take the allegations like this seriously and are reviewing the claim. We will respond in court as appropriate after we have been served with the complaint. Kanye West is going after Walmart for allegedly selling a knockoff version of his well-known foam shoe design at a fraction of the price. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, Kanye and his company Yeezy claim the retail giant copied his famous Yeezy foam runner and left customers confused about whether they were buying the real thing or an imitation. I didn't know that. Okay? Kanye claims Walmart could be costing Yeezy hundreds of millions of dollars in sales by doing so. We will keep an eye on this story right here and we'll see what happens with that. I didn't know that they sold them. If you did, drop it off. Let me know in the comment section. Had no idea. And also in your hip hop news, according to Revolt, people are apparently pushing The Game and 50 Cent to do a versus. But this is what was said. Here's what The Game needs from Swizz Beatz to do a versus battle against 50 Cent. If Swizz Beatz and Timbaland want The Game to face off against 50 Cent in a versus battle, which I think would be really good, someone's going to have to cough up some cash, cold cash. Game makes that much clear in 72 Bar Assassination, a new song he just unloaded today, June 23rd. For the new song, which is a collaboration with DJ K-Slay, The Game says that in order for him to step into a versus match with Fist, he needs 100 cash from Swizz. I don't know if that's going to happen. It might just be something to get to push the sales of the album, the new album, because you know that Kanye is going through a divorce with socialite Kim Kardashian, so maybe that's just publicity. Well, okay, guys, I appreciate you for coming in, and everybody came in, stopped in. I appreciate the replay gang. This was just a little Cliff Notes, a little taste of what's going on in your real-time news, dominated by every news organization. This has been your girl, True Slayer. I appreciate you. Blessings up. Have a great day.